Hey everyone, I recently participated in the Disney College program, so let's talk about it. Okay, so starting off with the application process. The application process for me went very well. So originally they're gonna go on the website, put in all your information on the application, and then I heard within the same day. I know some of my friends heard within a week or so. They'll respond to you and ask to schedule an interview. Once you schedule your interview, you should get a phone call from a Disney representative. And basically, this is just a phone interview. It'll last from anywhere from 15 to 25 minutes. You're just sitting on the phone, and the person interviewing is asking you questions. These range from anywhere from previous job experiences to what are your top recommendations if you were a part of the program. They ask you how you would seat guests if you were placed in the role of attractions, all sorts of different things. Once you complete your interview, it usually takes about 5 to 7 business days, but you will hear back letting you know if you received an offer or if you respectfully were declined an offer. I luckily was offered a position on the Disney College program, and the next step was for me to choose my dates of how long I wanted to be there. My dates I chose were January 6th of 2025 until August 14th, 2025. So let's talk about housing and living experience. I lived at the Disney provided housings called Flamingo's Crossing Village. I lived in Village West. Shout out to my Westies. So if you're not familiar with the Flamingo Crossings Village area, they have East and West, and they're basically two very large apartment complexes designed specifically for Disney cast members. East is only participants of a Disney program, and West is mostly participants of a Disney program, but they also have a few buildings dedicated specifically for part-time and full-time cast members. You are not required to live in Disney provided housing, however, I so strongly recommend it. They have 3 different room variations. They have a 4x2, which means 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. They have a 4x4, which means 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms, and then they have a 2x2, which is 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. I received a 2x2, meaning I shared a bedroom and a bathroom. And honestly, I wouldn't change it. I was very nervous going into it about having a 2x2 and just not having my own space. I came to know this further I got into my program that me and my roommate had very contradicting schedules, so you really don't interact with each other all that much unless you're specifically making plans to hang out. For example, I would work a lot of morning shifts and my roommate would work a lot of night shifts, so we would always be gone at different parts of the day. Now, going into my program, I did not link with any roommates. I know for the recent applicants who have received an offer and recently moved in, they did not have the option of linking with roommates. I didn't link with roommates even though I had the option, and I loved all of my roommates. They were so sweet. But I'm gonna be realistic here. Even if you don't love your roommates, you will be so busy and meet so many people that I barely spent any time at my apartment. So even if me and my roommates wouldn't have gotten along, it didn't bother me because I was almost never home. My role on the Disney College program was a food and beverage cast member in Fantasyland and Magic Kingdom. In Fantasyland stands in locations such as Gaston's, Friars Nook, Prince Eric's Market, and Storybook Treats. Before anybody freaks out and says, oh my gosh, Magic Kingdom food and beverage, let me tell you, I would do it all over again in a heartbeat. I absolutely loved my role. I wouldn't change it for the world. The people there are incredible. Coordinators and the leaders were some of the nicest people I've ever met in my entire life. We were like a close-knit family there, and I would choose Fantasyland stands over and over again for the rest of my life if I could. Originally, when I received my role and saw that it was Magic Kingdom food and beverage, I was bummed because going in, you think you're going to get attractions or costuming, character attendant. But I was so wrong about my role and enjoyed it so much. So what can you expect for move-in week when you move into housing? Once you move in, your training classes will begin. Your first couple of training sessions will not actually be for your location, but better yet, they're classes where you sit down and are one-on-one with an instructor and they're showing you a presentation. These classes you do get paid for to help go towards rent, but they're not you training in your location. Training for my location took around 4 days. A day for each location. They would show you how to open and close and do all the different things. On your final day of training, you'll have a leader evaluation, which is where you sit down with your training group and your leader and they ask you questions. Just make sure that you are ready to be proctored off and ready to take on the responsibilities of your role on your own. Now, if you are nervous about training, do not be. I promise. These people are trainers for a reason. They are so incredible at what they do. My trainers were all amazing. They taught me so well on so many different things that I did not feel ill prepared when it came to actually performing my job. I know a lot of times people are worried that you won't learn everything you need to know in order to perform your duties, but I promise, these trainers are very good at what they're doing. They know how to train, they know what to train you on, and a lot of time they're fellow college program participants who know exactly what you're thinking and what you're going through because they were going through it probably a few months before you. Now let's get into the socializing aspect. I cannot recommend to you enough to go to as many Flamingo Crossing events as you can, go out with as many people as you can, go to all the different get-togethers and everything that Disney hosts, because the people you meet on this program are so incredible. I met some of my closest friends in the world who I still talk to today, and I no longer am in Florida. I am back home in Mississippi. I met some of the most amazing people ever. Don't be nervous to branch out. Don't be nervous to introduce yourself. Don't be nervous to be yourself in front of people, because I promise somebody is just as nervous as you are, and your best friend may be right next to you and you don't even know it. Please, please, please be social. Go to every welcome event. Go to every character meet and greet. Go to every pool party. Go to every movie watch party. Do every event available. Flamingo hosts the events for a reason. They are for you to be social and meet these people, and that is exactly what you should be doing, because the people you meet and the friends you have can make or break your college program, and I promise if you go out and find them, they will make your college program. These are just a few of the amazing people I met while in my college program. I don't know how many times you can reiterate this. Please socialize as much as possible. Do as much as you can. Make the most of your experience, because the college program is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I want to make sure that y'all are getting the absolute full potential out of it and you're not missing any opportunities, because it is just so incredible. Now let's talk about the benefits and support features of being a cast member in Walt Disney World. One obvious benefit is getting free admission to all Disney parks. And I promise you will use this as much as possible, and I recommend using this as much as possible, because how many people can say they just finished their shift at 4 p.m. and they just popped into Hollywood Studios to watch the fireworks that night? That is awesome. Please, please, please use your free admission. It is so incredible. Solo park days are amazing. I was scared to do solo park days. Sometimes I would prefer doing them instead of going out with friends, because it's just so fun experiencing the magic by yourself. You're there on the program for so long, so you can go and you can see things you've never seen and do things you've never done and not worry about, I have to get all of this done before my vacation ends, because you can go every day and experience these things. The next benefit is discounts on merchandise. I moved down January 6th, and until February 14th, we were still under the holiday discount, meaning all of the merchandise anywhere on Disney property was 40% off. I was very lucky when I moved down, and I used that 40% discount to its fullest, to its absolute fullest. I got all of the things I had been wanting but was never able to get. I got them all. Another benefit that I don't think I used to its full potential was the pricing on the room discounts. It is very nice. So one of my very good friends that I met while on my program had her birthday while we were down there, and for her birthday we stayed in the tree houses at Saratoga Springs. Now if you were unaware with that, that is a DVC exclusive resort, meaning that resort is primarily meant for DVC members, and people who are not staying on DVC credits pay a very high price point to stay there. However, it was on our cast discount website and we were able to get it for a very inexpensive price to compare to what they usually are. Also, when my family came to visit, they stayed for over $200 less at Yacht and Beach than what they would have paid if they didn't use the cast discount. Two different variations of your resort discounts. You can book a resort on your discount in which you are staying with your family. The discount is a little bit more, but you have to be present at check-in with your Disney ID. Or you can book a reservation for your family under your discount, however you do not have to stay with them. The prices may be a little bit more than if you were staying with them, but they're still heavily discounted. You also get discounts on all party and event tickets. Any after hours tickets, or Mickey's Not So Scary, or Very Merry Christmas Party, you get discounts on all of those tickets. I unfortunately did not buy any party tickets nor event tickets while there. If I was there during the party months, I probably would have bought tickets. However, my college program ended just before the Halloween party started. I do have some friends and co-workers in my location who did after hours at Hollywood Studios, and I know they said they had a very good time and they would do it again and again. Another cast member benefit is cast previews. I was lucky enough to do a cast preview for Test Track. I received it and I was able to go twice to do cast previews, and let me tell you, these are the most amazing. They're incredible. Cast member previews are so great and so worth it, and I would just recommend you staying up to date on cast life, and when you see a cast preview open, sign on as quickly as possible because they were flying off the shelves, and I know some people had such a hard time securing seats and securing tickets for the cast preview, so I would just recommend staying up to date on Cast Life and getting on as soon as possible to secure that cast preview. Another thing I wanted to add is I'm a very homebody person. I am super family oriented. I'm very close with my family. So being away from home was a bit of a scary concept to me. Not that I hadn't done it before, but just for that long of a period of time, being 11 hours away from my family and not being able to go home, that whole idea was scary to me. However, if that is what is holding you back, please, please, please just go on the program. You will meet people that will become like a second family to you. The people I worked with and my friends became like my second family, and they filled the part of my heart that was so homesick, and they helped me be not homesick. So for all of my character people out there, just like me, I'm a character girl at heart. They have exclusive character meet and greets for cast members. So not only does Flamingo Crossings host character meet and greets, backstage at Magic Kingdom, they would have characters taking pictures with all the cast members, where you can take pictures with them in costume. Here are some of the times that I met characters both in costume and at a Flamingo Crossings event. I also was very lucky to work a cast member exclusive party at which the park closed early and the park was completely empty for an hour, and I was able to ride Mine Train. Now this was a very rare occasion. I had never experienced it more than once in my program, but before we opened our locations for the cast party, they let everyone working the party go on Mine Train in our costumes and have a really good time right before we worked an amazing party. Another massive benefit that I did not use but many of my friends did, Disney PhotoPass. You get discounted PhotoPass. I thought, oh, I'm not going to use PhotoPass that much. I don't want to spend as much money as it costs. I don't want to spend that much money on PhotoPass. I should have bought PhotoPass. So many memories on rides that I'm riding with friends, and just moments that Disney captures that you're not even thinking about and you wish you could save the pictures and you can't. Take advantage of the discounted prices on PhotoPass because I promise you will use them and you will love them. Birthday photo shoots, couple pictures, friends pictures, pictures with characters, all of these special moments that these cast members make for you, you can have them. Please take advantage of the discounted prices because I wish I would have. I recommend anybody thinking about doing the program, please, please, please apply. Please give it a chance. You will love it. It is such an amazing opportunity with such amazing people. I hope to see you there. I just applied today for another program and my interview is on September 22nd. So we're hoping for another program for me. That is all I have to talk about today. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments down below. I would love to answer. I could not talk enough about my college program and how much I enjoyed it. I thank you all for watching and have a great rest of your day.